Okay, it's me, f.o.o, initials. Going over some my law books. Just got criminal litigation, evidence and sentencing. On this section, part of the chapter, it has some abbreviations: D for defendant, D for co-defendant, P for prosecutor, youth D for youth defendant, non-D for non-defendant. And then just going to do a quick reading of some content. I may try to pull out another one and read that one too. So you got the Bail Act 1976, then Criminal Appeals Act 1968, Crime and Disorder Act 1998, Commit Further Offences, chapter abbreviation, Criminal Justice Act, the Criminal Justice and Public Order Act 1994, Criminal Procedures Act 1865, Criminal Procedures Investigation Act 1996, Criminal Procedures Rules, Custody Time Limit, abbreviation and section, Children and Young Persons Act 1933, Detention and Training Order, European Convention on Human Rights, Failed to Surrender, Imprisonment for Public Protection, Interfere with Witness Acts or Laws that are not relevant, Legal Professional Privilege, Magistrates Court Act 1980, Police and Criminal Evidence Act 1984, Yardborne, Power of Criminal Courts, Sentencing Act 2000, Public Interest Immunity, abbreviation, Prosecution of Offences Act 1985, Pre-Sentence Report, Sexual Offences Act 2003, Suspended Sentence Order, Victim, Youth, Justice and Criminal Evidence Act 1999, Youth Offending Team, and Youth Rehabilitation Order. Then you got the more content. Preliminaries and prosecution, bail and remands, plea in the magistrate's court, mode of trial, sending and transferring, disclosure of unused material and defence statements, indictments, preliminaries to trial in the Crown Court. Then you get issues relating to criminal trials, summary trial procedure, jury trial procedure, preliminary evidential matters, burden and standards of proof, preliminary issues relating to witnesses, rules relating to examination of witness, hearsay evidence, chartered evidence, character evidence, confessions and unlawful obtaining evidence, interference from defendant's silence and other conduct, in identification evidence, opinion evidence and experts privilege. And then you get courts involving youth court, sentencing, sentencing principles, non-custodial sentences, custodial sentences, ancillary orders and cross and conviction, dangerous offenders, provisions, and then appeals from the magistrate court, appeals from the Crown Court. And that is a briefing of a summary of one of my law books. Let's go for another. This one is evidence. This is, I believe, a good law publisher. I've got several law books, and this is what I like to do. Go through things like the laws and the statutes. Now, there's the Children's Act 1989, Civil Evidence Act 1995, Companies Act 1985, Contempt of Court Act 1981, Coroners and Justice Act 2009, Criminal Attempts Act 1981, Criminal Damage Act 1971, Criminal Evidence Act 1898, Criminal Justice Act 1967, Criminal Justice Act 1988, Criminal Justice Act 2003. And that's all sections related to criminal justice. And then there's Criminal Justice and Public Order Act 1994, Criminal Procedures Act 1865, Criminal Procedures and Investigation Act 1996, and Code of Practice. Firearms Act 1968, Firearms Act 1982, Homicide Act 1957, Human Rights Act 1998, Law of Property Act 1925, Licensing Act 1964. There's the Magistrate Court Act 1980, Misuse of Drugs Act 1971, Obscene Publications Act 1959, Parohilia Registered Act, Registered Act 1812, Perjury Act 1911, Police and Criminal Evidence Act 1984. We mentioned my other law book. Prevention of Corruption Act 1916, Proceeds of Crime Act 2002, Public Bodies Corruption Practices Act 1889, Regulation of Investigatory Powers Act 2000, Part 2, Rehabilitation of Offenders Act 1974, Road Traffic Act 1988, Road Traffic Regulation 1984, Social Security Administration Act 1992, Terrorism Act 2000, Theft Act 1968, Trademarks Act 1994, Youth Justice and Criminal Evidence Act 1999. Then get to statutory instruments, Civil. Let's ask Alexa. What's civil instruments?
From Cornell.edu. An instrument is a written legal document that records the formal execution of legally enforceable acts or agreements and secures their associated legal rights, obligations, and duties.
Thank you, Alexa. From that, about that. Statutory instruments. Civil Procedures Rules 1998, and then I think that's section 1998. Okay. Criminal Procedures Rules, that's reference in that segment. Criminal Procedures Rules 2015. Employment Equality. Bless you. Employment Equality, Religion and or Belief, Regulation 203, and International Conventions. European Convention on Human Rights, 1950, and that's that. So then that is a short running of my a quick rundown of a few law books within the raid, the arsenal, the gunnery. Subscribe.